All right, so we have some interesting breaking news here, which is that Mike Mayock is no longer the GM of the Las Vegas Raiders. He was informed that he will not be retained, so this now means that, there is no head coach, kind of. I mean, there might be. I would assume that if you're going to get a new GM, the new GM is going to want to bring in their own head coach, so I'm assuming this means that they're all gone, and it's fascinating to me. I think you can make the argument that they should give him another year and kind of see what he can do without John Gruden, who I think a lot of people felt like had some of the personnel decisions that happened early on in these drafts. The Cleveland Furl of it all, the Damon Arnett of it all. How much of that was Mayock? How much of that was Gruden? Also, Alex Leatherwood. It's interesting with the Raiders because they've done a great job at hitting on some of those late round picks. And I think the question is how much of that is they've been drafting really well and how much of that is they got lucky and happened to, get some solid players with late round picks. Obviously Max Crosby comes to mind, Nate Hobbs comes to mind, some of these later round guys. I think that's fascinating. And I guess the question is, do you give him another year? Although the flip side is, I'm saying that my assumption was that Gruden had more of an impact on those early round picks. I don't know that. I'm totally guessing. That's the rumor. People have speculated that, but I could be wrong about that, and people in the building probably know better than I do. So if they say to actually, no, that's not the case whatsoever, Mayock was, had just as big a hand in those as Gruden did, then I think it totally makes sense. I mean, the reality is, you think about all the draft capital they got from the Khalil Mack trade, this team was totally in a great position to rebuild and do a lot of good stuff. And I think what we've seen now with a couple of teams is, listen, getting the draft capital, that's one thing, but being able to put it together and draft well enough to build a contender, that's another thing. And I thought that, this season was a good season for the Raiders. You made the postseason, but I'm assuming kind of what a lot of people are feeling with this kind of stuff is, okay, great, you made the playoffs, congratulations, but you're still kind of a similar team. Like this time, Derek Carr played, I don't even know if I would say he played a little bit better than we've seen him play in years past, because Derek Carr has played really well, but they were able to just not have that sort of ending of the season slump, and that's kind of what allowed them to get to the postseason. And I don't know, on one hand, I think that there's a lot of logic behind saying, let's just see if we can fix this. But on the other hand, I would probably say, listen, this is a really, interesting job opportunity. And I think whoever is a GM who might be getting a job, kind of got to hope for the Raiders, right? I mean, you have a lot of talent here. You're a postseason team and you have a lot of ways you can go. You could even keep the head coach if you want to. So several interesting things here. I don't hate the decision, I guess, to get rid of Mike Mayock. I get it. He's committed enough sins that you can justify getting rid of him. There's no denying that. But I also thought he did enough right. You could justify giving him another year. I do kind of think about the Jason Light decision that Tampa Bay made a couple years back, where they could have gotten rid of him. They decided to keep him because he had an end with Bruce Arians, and they felt like that would be a way they could hire Bruce Arians. They hire Bruce Arians. Next year, Brady comes along. They're now world champions. Is that exactly what the Raiders are missing out on by firing Mayock? Probably not. And again, it's not firing. I guess it's they're not. He won't be retained, so not exactly fired, but again, same idea. But should be interesting. What do you guys think about this move? Let me know in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Let me know. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.